Closing the gap between an average, disorganized appearance and a top-tier aesthetic looks like an impossible task, but it's actually a math problem. Most men try to improve their appearance by guessing. They buy expensive designer labels, copy whatever haircut a local influencer has, or rely on subjective advice from friends. This emotional trial-and-error process usually yields awkward results. So we tested a different approach. We replaced human intuition and guesswork with cold, mathematical machine logic. For 30 days, every aesthetic decision, from the geometry of a haircut to the color palette of a wardrobe, was dictated by a generative AI algorithm. The question was whether lines of code and spatial analysis could objectively manufacture human attractiveness more effectively than a human could. The algorithm starts with the highest impact area, the head. Instead of pulling from current social media trends, the AI treats the face as a strict geometric balancing equation. This animated diagram shows how the system maps facial proportions. It analyzed the length-to-width ratio, diagnosing the face as heavily oblong. The vertical axis dominates the horizontal. To correct this imbalance, the AI prescribed a textured crop with a low taper fade. Adding lateral volume and minimizing height pulls the face toward mathematical symmetry. The algorithm then applied this spatial logic to facial hair, trimming the beard precisely above the neck folds. A technique known as jawline contouring creates a sharp contrast that forces the illusion of a chiseled jaw. Optimal hairstyling functions as a structural correction of natural facial geometry. Next, the AI tackled the wardrobe. The subject's starting closet was full of graphic tees, large branded logos, and loud colors that visually clash and distract the eye. This diagram shows how the algorithm calculates optimal clothing colors. It takes an Indian brown skin tone gradient, cross-referencing it against a digital color wheel to isolate shades that provide ideal contrast. The output restricted the wardrobe to a tight palette of navy blue, olive green, and charcoal. The AI paired these colors with a strict aesthetic rule, often called quiet luxury. This meant a total ban on visible logos and complex patterns, forcing all visual attention onto the cut and color of the fabric. Tailoring matters more than the price tag. A loose, poorly fitted shirt from an expensive designer brand looks sloppy, while a $15 plain t-shirt tailored to hug the shoulders and chest appears far more premium. Aesthetic value in a wardrobe is generated by structural fit and color science, which makes the financial cost of the garment secondary. Clothes and haircuts sit on top of the body, but the AI also demanded interventions into the underlying biological and physical canvas. The system bypassed complex 10-step skincare trends. Instead, it output a minimalistic biological protocol, a daily gentle cleanser, a basic moisturizer, and consistent application of sunscreen. After 15 days of consistent hydration and protection, the subject's skin appeared less inflamed and dull. These were the first measurable steps toward improving overall texture and evening out under-eye pigmentation. This animated schematic illustrates the AI's most critical mechanical fix, posture. It instructed the subject to use the invisible string method, visualizing a vertical vector pulling upward from the crown of the head to force the spine into vertical alignment. That single physical adjustment instantly adds an inch of perceived height and broadens the shoulders. No amount of styling can compensate for poor biomechanics. For 30 days, the subject operated under strict algorithmic control, adhering to every geometric and biological parameter the machine set. The massive contrast between the disorganized baseline on day 1 and the sharp, calibrated subject on day 30 is undeniable. Standard human reaction is to assume this transformation required immense financial investment. The reality is that the entire process was coordinated by free software. Physical attractiveness follows a rigid science of proportions, colors, and consistent habits. You can stop guessing. By using free AI tools as calculators to engineer your own proportions, you can start optimizing your personal baseline today.